Hey, I'm Jim Barry, and this is Miami Life, the show that takes a closer look at the hot topics and unique people that make South Florida the place that it is. We start with a topic today that always seems to be front and center: social media and the impact it could have on Florida teenagers. Governor Ron DeSantis recently signed into law a measure that would ban kids under 14 from being on sites like TikTok and Instagram. 14 and 15-year-olds would need parental permission to be on these sites. Now, how would it be enforced? Good question. Will it withstand legal challenges? A better question. But the idea behind it, protecting kids from the dangers of social media, seemed to be a natural topic for our cross-generational 20, 40, 60 conversation. We went searching for opinions, and we got plenty.
The internet is a good thing, it's also a bad thing, and if the kids aren't educated and not well versed on it, and even the parents, it's going to do a lot of harm.
When it comes to clamping down on social media access for kids, our informal survey of people in their 20s, 40s, and 60s prompted very little disagreement. The 20-somethings who are on social media the most feel that protecting teens from the tentacles of social media is a wise thing.
I actually agree. I feel like I think they shouldn't be on the internet at all because there's too much things to access and you really can't monitor what they're really watching. I feel like for me, I have siblings and I really don't know what they really see on the internet for real. So I think 18 is the only age I feel like you should have social media because you're old enough to know what you're watching and stuff like that.
I think it's amazing. I don't think children should be online for a lot of reasons. Main reason is because you cannot control who messages your children.
A lot of predators on the internet, and these kids, like, it's so much like X-rated stuff on Instagram because it's not filtered. And these kids are just like seeing all that, their young minds, and from the music, the artists that we're listening to with the booty shaking music. It's like it's so much.
Some say it should be up to the parents, that the government shouldn't be involved at all. What do you say about that?
I know.
I agree.
It's a lot of sex trafficking. If the government want to help limit that, I think that's no. It should not be up to, because some parents would still not do it. I feel like it's up to the government.
We don't need 15-year-old girls walking around Miami with BBLs, putting them on TikTok. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah? What do you think?
I think limiting social media to youngsters is absolutely needed. You know, you see kids nowadays that are iPad kids, are what they call. They grow up right on their iPad. It's too much.
What scares you about social media?
Have you been on social media recently?
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious. You know, it's BBLs, watches, materialism. It's, it makes you depressed.
Really?
Lots of comparison. Comparison is a thief of joy. That's what they say.
I don't have children, but if I had children, I would not let them be on social media.
The 40-somethings who have kids that are or will soon be in the teenage group targeted by the social media ban seemed in favor because of how hard they feel it is as parents to police what their children might encounter on social media. Your kids are younger, but when they hit that age, those teenage years, you're going to be keeping a watchful eye on what they're seeing on social media?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no question. You have to. You don't know what's out there, and you don't know who's on it.
Your kids on social media a lot?
Yes.
You're on social media a lot?
In Instagram and everything.
TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah?
So it's okay.
Does it bother you that they're on it all the time?
Yeah. And we cannot communicate with them.
I think it's ridiculous. It's like parents need to be parents, and if they need to restrict their kids to social media or anything else, they just need to put in the work.
So it's an overreach by the government?
I think so.
Does social media scare you?
No.
Why not?
It's just part of life. Changes, you got to change, so that's what it is.
And the 60-somethings who have gotten along just fine most of their lives without it figure that teens can discover what they already know, that they can be plenty social without social media.
I agree with it. I think that there should be some kind of regulation to keep the kids in check. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that's really bad, and something needs to be done to help prevent further issues with the children getting online and getting onto social media and stuff like that.
Should the government do this, or should it be strictly up to the parents?
I think that the government should intervene with it because there's a lot of issues that are going on, and it's also with the parents. If the parents and the government don't get involved with it, it's just going to get more and more out of control. There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of bad people in this world, and you got to keep an eye on everybody. It's not getting any better. It's not getting any easier.
Well, look at that, something that all the generations seem to agree on. All right, moving on. Lots of people in the 305 love to wear the best of the best, present company included. But not everyone can afford the high cost of those designer goods. That's why more and more people are turning to dupes, as in duplicates. Not illegal knockoffs, but instead substitutes for the high-priced designer stuff. Miami Life's Lisa Petrillo goes inside the business of dupes.
Let's start with Kylie Cosmetics. Kylie's is 21. This is $7.50.
They call them dupes, short for duplications, and they're everywhere, especially on social media.
But this is literally an exact dupe of the Dior lip oil.
Dupes are not counterfeits or illegal knockoffs. They're products that closely mimic high-end items without breaking the bank.
This is $890. Tony Bianco will hold you down once again for $150.
Offering consumers the feel of luxury at a fraction of the cost.
The truth is, some of us are on a beer budget, but we have caviar and champagne tendencies, so that's where dupes come into play.
Miami's own lifestyle blogger and influencer Maria Tetamonte struts her stuff with a wardrobe that's the best of both worlds. From haute couture to savvy dupes, she's got it all covered. Maria says with prices soaring, dupes are hotter than ever.
Literally look at that. $8. Run and go get it.
It got big because prices got out of hand.
Yes.
Okay, a pair of Bottega earrings that were so in vogue were $780, and I was like, I'm not going to spend $780 on these teardrop. Let me go on Amazon or let me go on Target and see if I can find these earrings.
She scored those exact earrings with a simple search on Amazon.
Boom, $12, guys. Isn't that insane?
Dupes aren't just for fashionistas, they're for everyone. From housewares to makeup, you name it, there's a dupe for it.
I'd say that in terms of the stores I go to for dupes, it's definitely going to be Zara. It's going to be Amazon. It's going to be Walmart, even Etsy.
It starts with you taking a picture of what you like and an upload on Google Images, like this decorative item she keeps on her shelf.
You can literally shop from your phone. I found it from $7 to $8. I shop like a billionaire.
Maria says it's not about pushing the designers out, it's about being a savvy shopper.
A lot of people would reach out to me. I have a blog and they'd say, you know, you covered the Louis Vuitton fashion show and you covered Prada, but I don't have $3,000 to spend on a handbag. Can you show me the look for less? So that's kind of how I organically fell into this realm.
Dupes are also a vibe. Maria owns these real pink Manolo Blahniks priced around $1,000, and also their Zara purple doppelgangers.
$1,000, $40.
Bedazzled. So again, not an exact copy, but a look.
Exactly. The aesthetic, 100%.
And check out what Maria calls her Puro Piana bag, a cheeky dupe of the Loro Piana handbag priced at $3,500.
This one was $40 on Amazon.
We played a game. Spot the dupe.
Can you spot the dupe?
Two of these bags are from Bottega Veneta. One is not. The real ones are priced at $3,000 and $4,000. This one is not?
Sadly, this is real. So we're talking, you were wrong. This is the dupe. I got it on Amazon, and I never tell people it's real. I'm always like the first to say, this is the dupe, $30.
So we hit the streets to find out who's duping and who's not.
I think that it's unethical, honestly, because it's someone who's ripping off another person's creativity.
If you can't afford it, get the dupe.
Do your thing. I mean, fashion is fun and to be played with, so dupe it up.
If you can't afford it and you want to get something similar, like, that's respectable.
Yeah, who are we to judge, right?
Right. Yeah. But I won't, though. I won't.
And as for me, I won't say. All right, up next, I talk with Miami royalty Gloria Estefan. Find out why Broadway could be a landing spot for her next project and what Miami life means to her. And another pop culture superstar, Taylor Swift, is the subject of a new class at the University of Miami. Can you believe that? Find out what the kids are going to be learning when Miami Life comes right back. All right, are you ready for it? Taylor Swift as a college course. The music superstar is the headliner of a brand new class the University of Miami plans to offer this fall. The mastermind of the Taylor Swift brand is an elective course that will be taught by Dr. Elise Lancaster. Dr. Lancaster tells CBS Miami the class is designed to teach Swift fans and aspiring influencers how they can learn from her success to build their own brands.
There's a lot of different things that we're going to talk about. Again, how to build a brand, how to build a multicultural, multi-generational, and global audience that's loyal to the brand. We're going to talk about things like freedom of expression and how a star like Taylor Swift has to deal with things like slander, defamation, right to privacy versus us as regular citizens. So these are things that we want our students to know, but we're able to do it in a way that's going to be relevant to them, and they're going to be excited and they're going to remember it because it's about Taylor.
Well, there you see her talking to CBS News Miami's Maribel Rodriguez, who joins us now here on the show. Boy, I think this is really fascinating.
Isn't it? I'm so excited. Can you imagine a Jim Barry course? What would they teach there?
It's a good question. What would they teach? I guess just how to last in the business for a long time. Maybe that's an interesting class.
That's awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I got to tell you.
Sure.
Oh, thank you. I got to tell you, this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we all know Taylor Swift. She's just a phenomenon right now. Everything that she does, she hits it out of the park. And we're talking not only about the young kids, but also like the parents are also Swifties. So we have a multi-generation of this. And really, I mean, nowadays, Jim, you know that everything, we just saw the piece on 20/40/60 about social media and how it's good and it could also harm. But I think she's a great role model, and a lot of people really look up to her, and really everything that she does, I think it's clean and it's good. And people can really look up to her because really everything that she does is just fantastic. From the re-release of her album, you know, remember at first? I do. And then she came out with a new release with new songs. That was genius. It up. Exactly. Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because clearly, first of all, she recently made history because she's the first musician to become a billionaire solely on the basis of her music and not on anything else. So we have to give her props for that. And she's just getting started, really. But also, nothing is accidental with her. It's very strategic in how she's approached her career.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure. I mean, she writes all of her songs, but I'm sure she also has an amazing team around her because they also, you know, it really does take a village, but we have a lot to learn from her as well. I mean, I'm not so much into social media, but we really do have to look at the fact that right now, you know, you don't have to be Taylor Swift. You can have your brand, you can have a business, you can start off, you don't even have to have a store front. You can sell your stuff on social media and make up your own brand. And that's what they're teaching in this course.
I do wonder, though, and worry, though, that some young people are so concerned about their brand that they're not concerned about the quality of what they do. Because in my view, the quality of your work is your brand.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that I think she portrays it, obviously, because she is an amazing artist. She's an amazing songwriter. Like I said, everything that she does, she really hits out of the park. But we have to understand that that is Taylor Swift. There's only one Taylor Swift. But there's a lot to learn from her, and that's exactly what this professor wants to do. And believe it or not, she said it's 70-30. So you have 70% females, 30% males from all different schools, from nursing to engineering, and also from advertising and communications. So everybody wants their own brand in every aspect of what they do.
You can be a Taylor Swift in whatever your chosen vocation is.
A lot to learn.
Maribel, thank you so much. Very fascinating. Maybe I'll sign up for it.
Right?
All right, moving on Miami Life. When we come back, a whole lot to talk about on this show. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk more about Gloria Estefan. Speaking of icons, she's certainly one. She and her daughter working on something really cool, and a play about the Estefans is back here in South Florida. We'll tell you all about that coming up. Welcome back. Our person of interest this week is the queen of the 305 herself, Gloria Estefan. Gloria and her husband Emilio helped define the Miami sound, and their success story is told in the musical Get On Your Feet, which first debuted on Broadway nearly a decade ago. Well, this week the show rolls into Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. When I caught up with Gloria, her love of her adopted hometown was as strong as ever. Gloria Estefan is about as gracious an icon as you can meet. I last ran into her in New York City on the red carpet of a major charity event. Backstage, she was one of the first people to hear about this new show, Miami Life, and one of the best people to sum up what life in the 305 is all about. So tell me how you would describe Miami Life.
Oh, okay. Miami Life is hot in every way possible, but in the best ways possible. I always say, Miami, we live in paradise. Whenever I'm going from the mainland to the beach or even back to the mainland, and I see those beautiful broad skies and the colors and the trees and the ocean and the water, I've traveled a lot, and Miami life is just wonderful, and I think a lot of people are discovering that too now. Miami is like being both in the United States and in Europe and in Latin America. We have so many diverse communities. We've got an amazing Haitian community, Brazilian community, Central America, South America represented. It really is a very, very unique place, and you know, we kind of even have our own foreign policy down there, so it's kind of interesting. I love it. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
Gloria and her husband Emilio helped define Miami's vibe when they cranked out hits with the Miami Sound Machine. It's almost hard to remember that their runaway success was nearly sabotaged by a bus accident that left her temporarily paralyzed. She recovered fully, but never forgot the ordeal. Gloria has since become a staunch supporter of the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis, launched by late Miami Dolphin legend Nick Bonacani, after his son Mark was paralyzed playing college football.
Why is this organization so near and dear to your heart?
Oh my gosh, because I have walked in those steps and been in that chair momentarily, and thankfully came out the other side walking away from it, and I want to be a part of that cure. It's just an amazing and very personal thing for me.
Gloria's life story was put to music in the Broadway musical, which is now reappearing in South Florida. Get on Your Feet captures how she and her husband embody the American dream for so many of Latin American heritage.
I mean, your story is so much the Miami story for so many. You know, an immigrant family that came for a fresh start to hit the reset button, and look what you've done with it.
You know what, Miami's been so good to us, and the United States opened their arms. They allowed us to live out our dreams, even dreams that I didn't even know I had. It's really an amazing country, and Miami has been nurturing, because I felt like I was still in my own homeland. I came when I was young. I mean, it was already like 14 when he arrived. He went through Spain, but Miami said yes to us, and we will continue saying yes to Miami always.
While the musical depicting her life returns to the stage here, Gloria confided that her next big music project could be a family affair.
My daughter Emily and I are working on a musical that we hope will come to Broadway. It's based on the Recycled Orchestra of Cateura. This amazing man created a music school next to a landfill. This is where people live, and that landfill in Paraguay sits on the world's largest freshwater reserve. They make instruments out of the trash, and he has taught them to play. They've played for the Pope, they've played with Metallica. They had a documentary about it 10 years ago, but we're bringing a very personal story. The incredible Michael Grief is directing, Alex Lackamore is the musical director, Karen Zacharias writing the book, and Emily and I are doing the music and the lyrics. And any excuse to get my daughter close is wonderful, so it's been an amazing process.
Definitely looking forward to seeing the finished product there. All right, when Miami Life returns, we're back with your comments. Don't go away. All right, next week in Miami Life, former Miami Dolphins linebacker Channing Crowder's post-NFL career is no joke. Crowder has traded in his cleats for comedy. He's doing stand-up now, on top of his other gigs on sports talk radio and TV, and also pitching his own products. But getting on stage and making people laugh is as tough as anything he has ever done.
But it's only you. Like, there's nobody to blame. Like, I used to blame, whenever I got beaten covered, I would blame the safety. If it was a long time and somebody got open, I'd be like, damn, the D-line ain't getting their job. You know what I'm saying? But now it's you. If you don't laugh, it's on you. And that's the thing that is fun. And the end, I learned there's always an end of a laugh. That's my biggest thing I've learned from doing this, is where you can kill it. Punchline, boom. Right. Ha 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 ha. And then they look at you again.
What else you got?
What else you got? Go again. Go again.
Well, he's got plenty, and you'll find out next week. Such an energetic guy. We enjoy hearing from the Miami Life audience, and you guys are letting us know your thoughts on some of the stories we've done recently. Regarding our profile on Miami Beach Commissioner David Suarez, one viewer did not sound optimistic about the commissioner's mission to improve quality of life on the beach, saying, quote, "It's just a matter of time before he's in deep in developers' pockets. We'll see about that. About our recent visit to the cannabis court on Biscayne Boulevard, Claudio says, just legalize it fully already. Sheesh, Germany just did it. Why can't Florida? It may come November. And one viewer who watched our story on the viral sensation Only in Dade wanted to let us know that her love for the 305 runs deep. Lourdes says she wouldn't want to live anywhere else, as there is no place like it. That's what Gloria Estefan also said. All right, please keep sending your feedback to cbsmiami@cbs.com. You can also drop your comments when you watch our videos on YouTube. That does it for this week's Miami Life. We'll see you every Thursday for Miami Life at 6:30 on the stream and 10 p.m. on our sister station TV 33. I'm Jim Barry. Peace out.